This isn't just a truck. The 2026 Ram 1500 TRX is pure American muscle on four wheels. Welcome back to Legends Auto Future. If you've been wondering whether the 2026 Ram 1500 TRX is still the king of factory off-road performance trucks, or if the competition finally caught up, you're in the right place. Because this isn't just about big horsepower and loud exhaust. In the US, a truck like the TRX has to do everything. Look aggressive in a parking lot, survive rough trails, tow when needed, stay comfortable on long highway drives, and still feel worth the money when you're signing that payment. Let's start with the first thing that makes the TRX different from basically every other pickup on the road: presence. The TRX doesn't just look like a Ram 1500 with bigger tires. It looks like it was designed to intimidate the road. The stance is wide, the hood is tall and functional looking, and the whole front end gives off this move out of my way energy. In the US market, that matters, because trucks are as much identity as they are transportation. And the TRX leans into that with a muscular body, beefy fender flares, and an overall shape that says, "This truck wants to jump dunes," not sit in a job site lineup. But here's the value angle. A lot of trucks can look tough. The TRX has the hardware to back it up. Compared to a regular Ram 1500, this thing is built around high-speed off-road driving, which is totally different from just good ground clearance. That means the suspension is designed to soak up hits at speed, not just crawl over rocks. And if you live in the US where your weekend might include desert roads, sand, snow trails, or wide-open backcountry, the TRX is one of the few factory trucks that's genuinely built for that lifestyle without needing thousands in aftermarket upgrades. Now let's talk performance, because that's the reason people even say TRX with a grin. The whole personality of this truck is powered by brute force. It's that kind of acceleration that doesn't make sense for a vehicle this big. On a performance test, what you feel is instant shove, like the truck is trying to compress the horizon. And, unlike some fast vehicles that feel nervous at speed, the TRX gives you that heavy, planted confidence. In real-world American driving, that means merging onto highways feels effortless. Passing slower traffic takes a tap of the pedal. And even with a full load, it doesn't feel like you're working the engine hard. But here's the comparison you need to hear. If you're cross-shopping performance trucks, you're probably thinking TRX versus Ford F-150 Raptor, or even looking at high-output street trucks and wondering if the TRX is just a flex. The difference is, the TRX leans more into raw power and that aggressive muscle truck feel, while the Raptor tends to feel like the more balanced, precision off-road vibe. The TRX is the one that says, "I don't care if it's practical. I want the most ridiculous factory truck experience." If you want value for money and pure thrill per dollar, the TRX is hard to beat because you're getting a level of speed and sound that most SUVs and trucks simply can't touch. And speaking of sound, this is a big deal. In a world where more trucks and SUVs are going turbo, hybrid, or fully electric between 20C25 and 20C27, the TRX represents something that's disappearing. That loud, old-school, chest-thumping experience. If you've been watching EV trucks grow in popularity and thinking, "That's cool, but I still want the drama," the TRX is basically your last call. Electric trucks can be quick, sure, but they don't give you the same emotional payoff when you start it up, and it sounds like trouble. Now let's move inside, because a lot of high-performance trucks forget that owners still spend most of their time in traffic, not in the desert. The TRX is one of the few trucks that can be rowdy outside, but still feel legit premium inside. The cabin is big, comfortable, and built for long American road trips. You're sitting high, visibility is solid, and there's a sense of space that makes it feel like a rolling command center. And the materials and details matter here, because if you're spending TRX money, you don't want an interior that feels like a work truck with a fancy badge. What's also important for US buyers is how this truck blends performance with real daily usability. The seats feel supportive for aggressive driving, but still comfortable for an hour-long commute. The layout is truck simple, meaning it's easy to live with. And the tech feels like it belongs in a modern flagship, not something stuck in the past. That's a key value insight. A lot of hardcore off-road builds end up feeling like compromises. The TRX is more like a full-size luxury truck that happens to be capable of doing wild things when you want it to. Now let's talk tech and features, because between 2025 and 2027, American buyers are expecting more from trucks than power and leather. You want smart safety features, good infotainment, and convenience that makes the truck feel like a modern daily driver. The TRX checks that box by giving you the kind of tech you'll actually use, not just brochure features. Think a system that's easy to navigate, screens that don't feel outdated, and a driving experience that feels connected. And in a category where some rivals feel like they're loaded with tech but clunky to use, the TRX aims to feel straightforward and premium. But here's the real question. Does it feel worth it, or is it just a stunt truck? And this is where ownership appeal comes in. In the US, the TRX isn't just about speed. It's about having the most extreme version of a full-size truck you can buy from the factory. That carries a certain status. And honestly, resale appeal can be strong for trucks like this because it's a halo model. People want it because it's the outrageous one. And when something becomes known as the crazy version, it tends to hold attention for years. At the same time, you've got to be real about ownership. A truck like this isn't built to be cheap to run. Fuel use is going to be a real factor, especially if you daily it. Tires aren't cheap. And if you drive it like it's meant to be driven, maintenance can add up. So here's the value for money angle. The TRX makes the most sense if you're the type of buyer who actually wants the experience. If you just want a tough-looking truck for regular errands, there are trims and competitors that will give you the look for less money. But if you want the full American performance truck experience, the TRX delivers something those cheaper options simply can't. Now let's do a quick real-world comparison to what the future looks like, because the truck market is shifting fast. We're seeing more hybrids, more EVs, and more tech-heavy trucks trying to be everything at once. Electric trucks can give you quick acceleration and futuristic features. Hybrid trucks can give you better efficiency and torque. But neither one gives you the same vibe as a TRX when you fire it up, feel the weight transfer, and hear that roar. So the TRX becomes a choice about personality. It's not just transportation, it's entertainment. So what's the final verdict on the 2026 Ram 1500 TRX? If you want a truck that feels like it was engineered to be ridiculous on purpose, this is it. It looks aggressive, it feels powerful in a way that makes no sense, and it still gives you daily driver comfort that a lot of extreme trucks fail to deliver. It's not the most practical truck, it's not the most efficient truck, and it's definitely not the cheapest truck. But if you're in the US and you want one of the wildest factory trucks money can buy, the TRX is still a top contender. Now I want to hear from you. If you had TRX money, would you go for the 2026 Ram 1500 TRX? Or would you choose something else like a Raptor, a luxury truck, or even an EV truck? Subscribe for more future cars and auto content on Legends Auto Future.